I would first like to give honor to a lot of those individuals that have tried to, for instance, like our recent brother Nipsey Hussle that has passed, give us something. Um, those people like Sandra Bland, those people like Dr. Sabi, those people like Joseph Caleb that have dared to see those struggles of their people in their communities and the world around them and have dared to take a stand and do something about it. And what's interesting is I have come to see, and we can universally see, that there is what I would like to call some hateration and some holleration in the dancery. Because it seems like every time Black and brown sisters touch each other and decide to stand in solidarity on something, for instance, a bomb gets dropped for whatever the reason, it seems like these people are shut up. It seems like these people are shut out. And then there's a flag you see come across. And I would like to argue what is going on behind that flag, that every time us Black and brown sisters touch each other and decide that we want to make our lives better and we want to live what we call the American dream, and we want to live comfortably, we want to live violent free, we don't want to be killed, there comes an issue. It seems like there's a panic. It's like, wait a minute, too many Black people in one corner, let's investigate, let's see what's going on. We could be cracking jokes. We could be praying. We don't have to be plotting. It doesn't always have to be a negative energy every time Black people get together. And it's interesting because it seems like whenever we decide that we shall and want to overcome something, there is an adversary that has a tendency to want to push us back. So as much as we scream justice and as much as we scream equality, why is it that we see Black and brown sisters starting at the 800-yard line while others are starting at the 200-yard line, and then we call that equality? Why is it that when you have communities like Philadelphia in the tri-state area back in the day that decided that they wanted to pull their resources together and thrive off of their own funding, bombs get dropped, monies get stolen, houses get set on fire? Why is it that every time we decide to take a step back and look at ourselves and decide we want to fix what's going on in-house, it seems like we have an invasion of whatever it is, like I said, that hateration, it comes in and it wants to break up what we have going on in-house, that fixing, that mending, and that healing that we're trying to do. So like I said, oftentimes I like to challenge what really is the energy behind that flag, because it seems like that's where the interference comes from. A lot of the time I tell people, you have to deal with what's going on in your house. It isn't a necessary situation for me to bring someone else into my house to rectify an issue I have at home. For instance, if I know my siblings and I know my children, I grow up with these people, they look like me, they identify with me, I know how to appropriately deal with them. So with that being said, when I am trying to get my house in order and I'm trying to establish balance and order with my family, the last thing I need is someone else coming in telling me how to try and do that. Which is why, like I said, for a lot of our powerful people that come in, and not even powerful as in terms of status, just powerful people coming in, in hindsight, with that vision, with that real love and care and that real tenacity to invoke change amongst our communities, amongst our educational systems, amongst our housing. It seems like those people, for whatever the reason, are stifled. It seems like for whatever reason, those people aren't as supported as they should. It could be for several things. But like I said, first and foremost, it's definitely hateration. It's definitely hateration. And then comes the holleration of that not being fair because more people need to be included. I'm not including other people outside of my house when I make dinner. This is my house. My people need to eat. Now, once I open my doors and I have guests, then I can start to consider other people. But like I said, for us Black and brown sisters, we need to fix what's going on in-house and with each other. And once we do that, then we can start to include other people in that change. But we have to start with ourselves. I can't help you if I'm not able to help myself. If I can't identify my problem, if I can't say, hey, this is what's going on, if I can't save money for my cab ride, how can I sit and pull for you? It's very simple. So, it seems like over time, we have started to be short on role models, or we don't see those role models. But at the end of the day, I commend anyone that has a platform and uses it for a purpose. For instance, Colin Kaepernick, Kayla Morris, like I said, the late and great Nipsey Hussle, those people that decide that they want to say and do something or even display something that says, hey, I see the struggle, I'm in the struggle too, and I'm here with you. And it's not to say that we only need to make a motion, but we have to continuously raise our voices as well. It's not about being angry. It's about constantly stirring the pot of what gets it done. It's about carrying that torch. It's about not letting these voices fade out. Because there are so many Black and brown sisters here that even for those people that in those role models that we have seen trying to invoke change, and then for whatever reason, you have these disappearances and these deaths. And like I said, the hateration comes in for whatever reason and tries to silence that. We have a responsibility to raise our voices, to, guess what? Increase the volume on those voices that have already come loud and strong before us, but to keep it going. And to make sure that we move more toward a real justice and a real justice system and a real just life for each and every one of us.